on the shores of Lake Erie here in the city of rock and roll. Our coverage of the NFL brings us to Huntington Bank Field. Today, two teams hailing from the AFC between the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns.
Matt Prater is set to kick off.
Matt Prater ready to get this one going. And off we go from Cleveland. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Hauled in by Gunner, left side. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. He puts some air under it, deep down the left. This one will not connect. That's incomplete. They are testing this coverage on the opening drive, but it's holding up so far. 3rd down. All right, partner testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. Rodgers going to throw here. 3rd down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. And partner, I think we just got to look at what's going to be one of their biggest challenges in this one, operating quick enough to neutralize that pass rush.
That's right. And I know it's very, very early, obviously the opening drive, but hits like that compound. That's why defenses stress it each and every week to get after the quarterback, because hits like that can have an effect throughout.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. There's the fake. Here's Nix. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
All right, here's one of our game's first big risks. The offense lining up to go for it on their own side. They'll run for it. Jacobs. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That's good for a couple of yards. And the 4th down call pays off as they'll move the chain.
48-yard line.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Nix. Into the hands of Michael Wilson. This is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. How about 29 yards on first down? And that's good for a new set of downs. To the line and set. Here we go, first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Going for his back, but it's incomplete. That's going to bring up third down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
Drive has gone 8 plays now as they face 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Give him 5 on the play, and that's going to be good for a Cleveland first down. Well, when your opponent fails to act, Brock, you want to capitalize, right? And they are moving like a team ready to provide us with our first point to this game.
Yeah, pretty lackluster start there, Kate, from their opponents. You got a golden opportunity to immediately take control as they convert to stay on the field.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Looking quickly, trying to get set.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Here's Nix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Defense hasn't really found its backbone yet, but maybe just a little sliver of light between the clouds here as they bring up third down.
Yeah, you're not going to likely keep points off the board, but if you can come through with one more stop and limit it to a field goal, yeah, that's at least something to build from.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. For the end zone, but incomplete. That's going to force them into a 4th down decision. Okay, already a big decision to make on your opening drive, Brock. Is this 4-down territory, or do you take the field goal and be happy to start off with some points?
Well, remember, Kate, I think we're going to see this all year long. This new kickoff rule is real. You know, that ball now coming out to the 35-yard line, it affects the data and the decision-making. You're going to see more and more teams be aggressive, and I would be.
Now Prater on to send it away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it, 1st and 10. They'll run it with Travion Henderson. And they'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
That is just a great drive start. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Man in motion here. This is Henderson on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
To the air on 1st down. Rogers. Short pass brought in. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for a Tennessee first down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy. It's
Henderson on the give. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Motion the slot man right. Rodgers going to throw on first. Make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Trying to run it in. It's Henderson. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. This is going to go as a pickup of 4. 2nd and goal coming up.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Number 50, 319.
Martinez has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. Ready to go with our 2nd quarter. Titans with the ball and a chance to score.
319.
Now Rodgers on 3rd and goal. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
Just 2 yards away, so the offense going for it. It's 4th and goal.
319.
Now go for it, Rodgers. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Captain.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Gained a little bit there. Kind of feels like a gain of nothing. You know why? Because you're still playing with your backs against the end zone. No real breathing room. No margin for error.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Going run again with Jacobs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
Ready.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. On the right side, caught by Wilson. And he's escorted out of bounds, but not before driving them up near the 25. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Browns 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. Offensive line fast.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
To throw, here's Nix. Completes this one to Jahan Dotson. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They strike for 23 yards. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Throwing on first down, Nix. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running with it. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
Well, QB made something happen. He got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
2nd and 3 now. Handoff here to Jacobs. Now he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4. Nix from the gun. It's caught by Wilson. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
So a fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Bombers. Ready.
On first down, it's Nix. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of 2nd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
Pass rush could be coming again after that last sack, Brock. Let's see here, 2nd and 19. They go counter, it's Jacobs. He's going to take this one forward for a gain of about 9. 3rd down coming up. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 9.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. And that's away for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas, when you watch college game to the NFL game, that there is a vast difference. That's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
It's no good. It had the leg, but is aimed wide right. And they are unable to double their lead.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it, 1st and 10.
26. 319.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They've jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Rodgers will look to throw. Hits him on the out route. Nice work there to cancel out the penalty and then some. That's 9 yards. 2nd and 6 coming up.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Hey, 626.
Now here's Rodgers. Right side cut by Higgins. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
It was as if the defense knew what play was coming. That was a play they knew they could defend, and boy, did they ever, stopping it right at the line of scrimmage.
5 Men in the secondary for the Browns. Third down. Rodgers from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. And not much scoring to this point as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Hang with us. More football in Huntington Bank on its way. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Tight end motioning right. Throwing again here, it's Rodgers. He'll get it complete to Travion Henderson. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on a screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Henderson will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock him backwards.
Up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal.
319.
To throw, Rodgers makes the catch, and that is a Tennessee touchdown. The Titans get some late points and the lead. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. Well, good luck stopping the big fella that close to the goal line, Brock. I've always thought that the distance right there is just made for tight ends to score touchdowns.
Yeah, and it's not just the sport that you also love to cover in basketball. It's all about matchups. You get near the red zone and into the end zone, matchups become critical. And when you got a dude like this that's a mismatch maker, you feed him.
One after try good by Reichert. And the Titans take a 4-point lead. Set to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. Mims with the grab. It'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
2nd and 6 coming up here. The give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line.
At the 37-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And they send him out of bounds as he gets this to the opposing 45. A pickup of 17. And that's a Browns 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. Throwing here, Nix. Catch made over the middle. Down to the 10. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns take the lead just before halftime. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
That one right down the middle. And the Browns push their lead to 3. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. On the return, here comes Trey Brown. And this drive will start inside the 25. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. Here comes the final play of our first half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Set to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Nice field position here for the Browns as they start out 1st and 10. Third quarter starts with a run from Jacobs. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Here's Nix to throw. Now setting up the screen for Jacobs. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Oh, put some heat on this deep. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. And the Titans get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
258! 259!
1st down. Here's Rodgers. Getting out to his left. They were open on that play, so he's going to chuck this to another county.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time in secondary, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throw away.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10. They give now to Henderson. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Play brought to an end by Jordan Whitehead. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
258.
Throw here, 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Feet nice, Kate. Feet nice. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet nice move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Six yards to the line. The offense is going to go for this.
258.
He's back to throw. He connects downfield. To the house for a Tennessee touchdown. The Titans grab the lead on their first series of the half. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Reichert on for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Titans take a 4-point lead.
14. Browns 10. Will Reichert to kick off.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. His return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Cleveland about ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. And off to Jacobs to start the drive. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Now nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready. 180.
They stick with Jacobs. He dodged the tackle. He's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland 1st down.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a 1st down, that's a bonus.
They've got 1st down here from the 36.
Hold on a second. Ready. Joe.
Nix buys time, rolling right. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. This one misses the tight end. And now they face 2nd down.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer, extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for them today.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 36.
Hold on a second. Ready. 180.
Nix looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Jacobs running behind center. Solid work on his part. Gets 7 there. It's still 3rd down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
3rd down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive.
Ready! Captain, 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 captain. Olay, olay, olay! Olay, olay!
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Goes to the hurry up here.
That's another Browns 1st down.
Olay, olay,
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now Jalen Wright gets it for the first time. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
All right, a couple yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's 2nd and 12.
Ready! Bombers, bombers, bombers.
Now Nix. He's got the hook up to Ingram. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
There's no question, Kate, the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Oh my son! Ready!
3rd and long, they're going to throw. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that 1st down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
This offense is not leaving the field. On 4th and 8, they're going for it.
Ready!
He'll throw it. It's caught by Wilson. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. So an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble to go for it there on 4th down, Brock. They're moving the chains.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. So we're through 3 here. It's the Browns football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard.
At the 8-yard line.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Oh my son! Ready!
They'll throw again. Nix. Forced out to his right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Oh my son! Ready?
Turning to Jacobs on third. And he won't get back to the line, Brock. They needed one, but they're going to lose one on that play. It's fourth down.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Down a score. They're going to go for this on fourth down.
Ready?
Desperation time here. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
We send a man in motion. Starting on the ground with Henderson. There he goes, right sideline. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans keep their drive alive and reach Pater one play later.
The double whammy of this one, Kate, is just where they were on the field. Mentally, defensively, it's almost like an 8-point swing, going from the chance of the safety in one end zone to watching them celebrate in the other one.
Reichard there to tack on the extra points. And the Titans drive their lead to 11. So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff.
Will Reichard to kick off.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Starting at the 10. Making some progress here. They're going to bring him down as he gets it to the 33.
Browns take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Shotgun give down to Jacobs. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. Offense up to the line fast.
1 yard gain brings up second and 9.
Here's Nix. Short pass brought in. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's a Browns first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Offense in a hurry up here.
6-yard line. A 6-yard gain.
Here's the fake, here's Nix. And this one's incomplete, too low as it skips off the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they need to get 4 on third down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down.
Ready? Joe.
Shotgun snap to Nix. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. This is Ingram looking left side. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. So they hit him for 5 yards on fourth down, and they get the successful conversion. First down from the 41.
41-yard line.
Throwing again. Here's Nix. Brought in by his back. It's Jacobs. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Now we'll run with right. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. Some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
On first and 10, here's Nix. He throws a bullet to this. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. And the Titans are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Slot man motioned over. They've got a man in motion. Henderson here from the gun. 8-11 up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
That run may not have gotten to a first. Sure, nice little run to set the table.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down.
319!
Staying on the ground here with Henderson. Makes a tackle. He's still going. And he's going to be pushed out up near that 40-yard line. He'll get 16 yards on that play. And the Titans have the first.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
319!
Putting a receiver in motion. Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. The left side, caught by Higgins. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He just gets down inside the 35-yard line. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Man in motion here. Henderson on 1st and 10. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. We're going to have to pick up the pace.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
258!
Sticking with Henderson. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
Every in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open, deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
7th play of the drive. Offense facing 3rd and 3.
58!
Now they send their back in motion right. Now Rodgers on this 3rd and short. Setting up the screen with Henderson. And they are on it, short of that first down. They responded quickly to that throw. That brings up 4th down. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. The lead looks safe, but the Pedals staying down. They're going for this.
319!
They'll go for it. Rodgers. And put the body on the line for his team. How about 19 yards on 4th down, partner? And the call to go for it pays off.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes thrown into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And it gets really long.
And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Titans have likely locked up the win right there. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
A costly unforced error, and they get flagged for Ruffy the kicker.
Will Reichard to kick off.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And this is going to be a touchback, Brock, so we'll see what they decide to do with the final seconds they've got left here. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Captain.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he was showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready!
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Trying to push deep downfield. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted! And the Titans take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. So it's a win on the road for the Titans. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the 2nd half, that sure went a long way towards securing them this win. Made things a lot easier for everyone else to operate in the closing stages of the game. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Huard, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans are your winners. As with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.